All right, we're going to talk about gotcha games, NTR, and controversies. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Make this video? And my answer to that question is, it's funny. So with that being said, let's talk about cucking. I swear, I will only
Cucking.
make 3
Oh
Sneeko
boy.
jokes in this entire
Okay,
video. So in
let's hear
case you
it.
do not know what cucking is, I
Okay.
won't be explaining that to you. But I will be explaining the various time Gacha game
Okay.
players were sitting in that one chair, where their
Okay.
waifu was taken
That
away
one
from
chair.
them, either getting lioned, being involved in a plot straight out of an NTR, or going off to play Mahjong. And yes, you
Mahjong.
heard that right. Various times. Times where players have been outraged that their waifus are loving a fictional man outside of the main character has happened a lot, and in all honesty, I bet it's gonna happen again. Which may dwindle my faith within humanity, but at the same time, at least we get to have a laugh about all this.
Bro has a
Like
whole
damn near every
paragraph.
Limbus Company player did when we read this review of the game. I'm dropping this game. PM clearly doesn't know how gacha work. All those early system-related blunders made me still believe, but releasing the alt form of the main girl being obsessed with another guy? Yeah, I have
Who isn't
seen
the
where this
main girl?
goes.
Okay.
I won't pay any more money for garbage like this. You better believe me, you will get an influx of all the scum of various communities flocking into your fanbase and draw as much cuckold porn of Foss and Sinclair and any version of themselves and Dante watching in the corner. Now, in case you have no context on
Okay.
what a Limbus company even is, you may be thinking that the game drops some mega simp version of a waifu towards a male character that isn't the main one. Like
Well, what
if
happened?
Firefly was head over heels for like Bootil or something. But that's not what happened. To
He
put it
do
as
do
quickly as
damage though.
possible, as it finds a way to make this post even stupider, the game has this character called Cromer. She's obsessed
Okay.
with Sinclair, but not in a romantic way. Long story short, she's insane and wants to mind break Sinclair. Not in a yandere way either, mind you. More so in a I'll murder your entire family type of way.
Well,
And Fall's
damn.
got an identity where in a parallel world she is in Cromer's position and is the one trying to mind break Sinclair. Now somehow, this person looked at this and went, man, I wish that was me. Keep in mind, Sinclair went through
What?
enough trauma to where detailing it will immediately get this video demonetized, and someone got jealous that they didn't have all of that happen to them. So to put this all in perspective,
Okay.
they got jealous that a fictional woman underwent the totally scientific process of becoming a version of herself in a different dimension, where in that dimension she was obsessed with making this German boy have more trauma than 10 prisoners of war combined. And they decided this was so outrageous to where they needed to make a post saying how they're dropping the game on the Steam page. Now, as you may have
I don't get
suspected,
it, bro.
they
I
did not
don't.
drop the game.
Oh, of course
Instead,
not.
after some months, they went on to say, PM learned from NFOS, and I am happy to play this game. Praising how one of the female characters has an identity in which they are not romantically interested in a
So this video is about people that got upset about some stuff in the gotcha games, and I'm just sitting here laughing at it because it's like, damn, bro, you really took the game that far? All right.
male character.
And then like to say you're gonna quit the game just to not quit the game, it's just hilarious, and I like watching it.
And conversely, the dude isn't canonically
It's like
interested
watching
in
a
them,
train wreck.
which I honestly don't have much else to really add. This is
Mm.
just, I'm glad they're happy.
He bought another 80 euro pack.
Now, unfortunately,
80
within saying all
euros.
this, you may think this is the deep end, that
Huh.
it can't get weirder than this.
Oh, it's probably
But what
gonna
if
get
I
way
said
weirder.
we
It's
were
a
still in the
30-minute
shallow
video.
waters? What we
Eh.
got right here is on the mild side of these stories. As the thing with this is, it's more than likely a joke, but the other
He spent $700 on this game, and it's not much money for me. What the
topics I'll
hell?
be bringing up, unfortunately, aren't. Like Blue Archive and Mahjong Soul. A bit ago, the two games had a collab together, and the deal was Mahjong Soul will get some Blue Archive characters in it. On the other side, Blue Archive didn't get anything new in its game, which
You gotta have a
probably
thing for
did suck for
gambling.
the players who weren't interested in
I feel
playing
like you have
Mahjong
to.
Soul. And some were mad about that, but the big controversy stemming from this
Yeah, a lot of people get addicted to gotcha, and it's very sad when it happens because some people legitimately can't help themselves, man.
collab wasn't due to it not going
I've
both
heard a lot
ways.
I've seen a lot of bad stories,
It
yeah.
was about the fact that Mahjong
100%.
Soul has a system in which you are able to riz the characters.
Okay.
That's right, you can give them gifts to increase their bond level, and in turn you get mainly new voice lines. But when you max out the
Okay.
hearts, you get to make a bonding
New
promise with the
outfit.
character, which gives you alternative art with them, some emotes, and even more bond lines. Now, this is a basic romance system, and some of the bond lines definitely go in that direction as well. And that is where the controversy lies. The fact that the game has a romance
cried
system,
about it.
which meant that in this collab,
I
the
can't
Blue
make it
Archive
make sense,
characters
bro.
flew on the Lolita Express to Mahjong Soul, A game in which they will be swooned by that protagonist's mahjong capabilities,
Yeah, bro,
and
it's
in turn be
mahjong.
NTR'd from the
Oh
senseis
man, here we
playing
go.
Blue Archive. Those who were outraged at this decided there was only one room for recourse, one action in which they could stop those children, their waifus, from being NTR'd. And that action was buying a protest truck,
A
which has become
protest truck?
commonplace whenever a gacha game has some controversy. I
You're
swear to God, the
serious?
owners of these trucks must be making a killing, once
They
written
gotta
out like
be.
every other week. But to translate the text on the truck, it says, Yostar, in an attempt to profit for themselves, collaborated in the direction of our dear students in a game that can mean almost marriage within the game. They are not moving on even after 10,000 comments from players and are ignoring the voice of the players. Gentama has a game that has a contract function, forcing our precious students to sign contracts with the players of other games, and even includes rather obscure content such as Valentine's Day chocolates and voices. Not only does this trample on the feelings of the entire student body, but it also destroys the crystal clear worldview of Blue Archive. We must not create this poll. Yeah, the translation is
What?
very rough, as the person taking the photo of the truck has evidently not upgraded their phone from when they bought the Nokia 7650. And I had to put the image into something to take the characters from this blurry pic and then put it through DeepL to translate. So it's a rough overview, but it shows why people were mad. So much to where they decided to buy a truck. And keep in mind, this
That's
is
pretty
gacha game players
big.
we're talking about. For them to spend their money on something aside from gambling, that's how you can know some
Yeah,
fuck shit is
a
transpiring.
protest
But to
truck.
be clear, a romance system is not the problem. After all, Blue
Okay.
Archive also has one. It was the idea that a player aside from the sensei, Blue Archive self-insert, would be the one to romance or grow closer to the characters. That is what made it seem like cucking, that a different player would be the one to grow closer to the students. And honestly, it's not
Bro, you know the mental gymnastics that go through and think this is a super serious deal. It's like you love this character in this game, and now they're in another game because there's a collaboration. And now you don't play this other game, but the people that do play this game now gets to rub and love on your waifu. But bro, they're different games. So you could just if you want to do more mental gymnastics, bro, you can literally say this is an alternate version of your waifu. You can do more mental gymnastics, bro, because the shit you gotta do, the triple somersault to even have some type of issue with the other game, bro, that's already
there
crazy.
was any
These
big
people are
romance. Most
insane.
of the bond lines are something you'd say
I
to a
thought I
friend,
was only
but there
it.
is that
No,
small idea of romance
these guys got us beat by miles, bro.
behind them which pissed off evidently enough people for a couple thousand comments to be raised in protest. Now, it's not like everyone
A couple thousand comments. Bro, what?
was mad, as even though Blue Archive players have a fun reputation, most of them know it's rather impossible to be cucked by pixels. And from what I've seen, a ton of players were happy with the collab. Any outrage of it was either from Blue Archive getting nothing or from the crowd which thought the affection system was the beginning plot point to a 20-page NTR doujin. But I bet if it was taken out, then no protest truck would have been deployed. Which is why one game decided to remove their romance system entirely for a collab, Azure Lane.
Oh,
In case you don't know what Azure Lane is,
I've heard of
then
this
I
game.
wish you nothing but happiness in your Bible study group.
Holy
Though
moly.
basically, it's Waifu Collector 9000. You
Okay.
get ship girls, get skins for them, which somehow
Okay.
feel more lewd than being bare-ass naked, and you can marry them with the O
For
system.
real.
So when the creators thought about
You
doing
can marry them? Oh, no. Parasocial just got, like, that's not even the word that comes to mind when I see something like this. This is
the Idolmaster
next
collab,
level,
they looked
bro.
at the O system. Looked at how idol fans would go on a rampage if their favorite idol was even slightly rumored to have looked within the postal code of another man. Then thought to themselves, bitch, we good. And made the Tiara system, where instead of how the O system is, where you go to a chapel and put a ring on the ship, stamp some marriage paper, and rename the character if you want to,
What
you
the
instead open the
fudge?
fucking door to darkness from Kingdom Hearts, appear on an idol stage, flashbang everyone with the tiara, and then the idol pulls up saying, hey brother, I learned a lot underneath your tutelage. In my career, when I leave this place and have no further relations with you, I will be sure to utilize this invaluable knowledge. And you just unite
Okay.
with them as opposed to marrying. Which, as much as I make fun
Bro,
of the
what?
system, honestly, I don't really blame them for making it. It's smart as hell to not mess with idol culture. Brother, they dodged a nuclear bomb. Friend zoning all players was legitimately the greatest business decision they made in a waifu game, and it's wild that that ain't even a lie. It's like when Bang Dream, which is an idol game, decided to make a spin-off with a male cast of characters. The thing is, it was
Okay.
set in the
How
same
did that go?
universe, so You could
So they
already
ran into
imagine how
each
mad
other.
people got when the idea sprung up of their idol waifus being in the
Yeah,
same universe as
with the
males. Which is why the
husbandos.
producer of it came out to say, nope, there are two different universes and the males will not interact with the female idols. Then, yeah, the ratio speaks for itself. And this ain't even out of the ordinary. Shit, Grand Blue kinda went down a similar route. They did a
Okay.
collab with Love Live, and sure enough, some people got mad as hell since Grand Blue's got dudes in it, which meant the waifus will be interacting with males. Hell, the player character can be one too, as you have the option of being male or female in it. So sure as sugar, when the collab launches a pop-up display saying, "In the spirit of the world of Love Live, we recommend changing the main character's gender to female when playing." So, happy
What?
belated Pride Month, I suppose? But it's in the spirit of Love Life to have the protagonist be female, as from what I've seen, there's not many male characters in the game. And honestly, that might be an understatement. So the way to help quell any outrage was to make the canon route only involve the female protagonist, and yeah, that makes perfect sense. I ain't really mad at it. Though to go in the complete opposite route from a
Bro, I'm just sitting here just thinking about how many people really get so wrapped up over fictional female and fictional male character relationships, bro.
game where males are as rare as goddamn worlds and harem, let's talk
Oh
about a
man.
game that put a literal NTR plot in a story. And in
Okay.
case you don't know what NTR is, it's basically Japanese for cucking. But yeah, I'm not even playing with you. A game made an official story that felt ripped straight from an NTR dojin. For Guardian Tales' second anniversary, someone had the bright idea to craft this concoction that left everyone who read it completely confused on just why the hell they would even
It
make it a
fell
thing.
apart.
The
Oh, I
concoction
didn't know
was the
that.
backstory for the second anniversary's male hero. Here's a summary of
Didn't they just get a new game?
it. Hero's master is dying. They thank him for being good to him for the last 30 years, saying that he guided him during the time they were together, and if it wasn't for his master, he would have lost his life all those years ago. What happened all those years ago? Well, the hero was badly injured, lost a lot of blood, and possibly his ability to practice martial arts. He was on the verge of death. There, he laments over failing and thought that he won't be able to continue with his craft. He's paralyzed and won't be able to move. Some robots pull up and want to end his life so they can put him out of his misery, but the monk makes the decision to perform surgery on him, with which the master sacrifices themselves for the hero, causing the surgery to turn him into a cyborg. We
A
return to the present.
cyborg?
The hero wants to leave, the master warns him against revenge, but he felt like
Okay.
some things had to be settled. You see, before he was injured, there was this martial arts competition, and the prize was being together with the daughter of the sect leader and fame across the land.
You get a
Unbeknownst to everyone,
wife
the hero and the
if
girl
you
were already
win?
in love and in a secret relationship.
Okay.
But the hero wanted to use this
Oh.
opportunity to prove himself and announce their relationship to the public.
Okay.
So he goes in and defeats his senior in the finals, winning the tournament.
And
But
then
the senior
announced his
couldn't admit
love?
defeat and managed to successfully frame the character and the sect leader for studying demonic arts.
Demonic
Now, because
arts.
of this, the sect leader kills himself. Then the hero
What the
gets
hell?
jumped by everyone else in the sect, and that is what left him almost dead and caused the monk to sacrifice their body to save him. Here comes the Sneeko moment. Hero returns to the sect to find his senior, who was now the sect leader. But everyone looked at the hero as though he was a monster. So to confront the sect leader, he had to beat down everyone in the sect. Now when he reached his senior, his love interest, the daughter, apologized and got on her knees, begging him to show mercy to the sect leader because she was pregnant with his child.
Oh man.
She didn't want him to be born into a world without his father.
Oh
He
man.
realized that his senior won, and the winner gets the girl, and felt as though he lost all purpose and the reasoning for his revenge. It was all for naught. So he decides to follow the monk's words and give up on revenge. He
Okay.
leaves without doing shit to the sect leader.
Interesting.
Returns to the monk and decides his purpose is to save others, etc., etc.
Okay.
Time passes, monk is old and died. He left some golden beads that the MC now carries with him. What the fuck were they thinking with this shit? Goddamn.
This
It's like
is,
The Last of Us 2, but for
pretty deep.
cucks. See, the cuck stories were things that were blown out of proportion, but this one is
Oh,
just a
shit.
little NTR plot put within a game. And I won't hold you, I think it's a bare minimum okay backstory, but they really didn't need to say the girl got fucked, possibly in a non-consensual way, by the guy that framed the NC as a villain, caused the monk to turn into a cyborg, and, oh yeah, made the daughter's father, self-log off from the server called Earth. Granted,
big.
the overall idea that someone does all this evil and doesn't face anything from it is weird for a story, but it portrays the idea of, this person is a forgiving soul. So I suppose it works well like that. But again,
There are definitely some freaky weeaboos out there.
it just makes the hero sound stupid, as it makes it seem like they'd forgive a serial killer if they just remembered the monk's words of forgiveness, which I don't know if that's really the greatest character trait to have, but whatever. Though the pregnancy is deadass some shit you'd hear from an NTR hentai, so with that being said, you can possibly imagine that the players weren't happy. Due to this, the team behind Guardian Tales apologized and gave the players 30 pulls as compensation. And the writer of it went off to buy
30
20 NTR
pulls.
dojins and donate to
Okay.
their hero Sneaka with the money they got from writing the event. But I do understand people disliking this backstory as it
30
feels really
pulls.
poorly written, to the point where I'm surprised it was approved. So out of all dramas, this one was the most understandable. However,
I mean, it's just a story about forgiveness, and at the same time, I mean, what would you have done? Like, legitimately, you are a martial artist cyborg, and then it's like, yeah, this guy murdered a bunch of people, and he also took the girl that you liked and got her pregnant. Are you still gonna kill the dude? And then what? Are you gonna raise his kid? Or are you gonna kill the kid too? I gotta hear the comments, bro. I gotta see the comments, bro.
what we got right here is the opposite. A
What would
completely
you have done,
unreasonable
bro?
situation, in which someone's work was thrown away due to players feeling outraged over a ship they showed interest in. And it comes from Punishing Grey Raven, where half a year ago, Kurogame hosted the Chinese New Year live event, in which one contestant's work was to be shown off. However, when the time came for the event, her work was nowhere to be found. Now, the reason for its disappearance isn't inherently due to the video itself. After all, it was this very wholesome video focused around Bianca, as the creator of it just really loved her. There wasn't
Okay.
any problematic content in it and no shipping content to be found. I mean, the video was verified and set to be shown during the event. However, in the past, the creator has made art and a fanzine about Bianca being shipped with Watanabe, a male
Okay.
character who isn't the protagonist.
And they ain't
that
like
was the
that.
reason as to why their work was not displayed in that official event. In their
Oh,
post
wow.
regarding having their work removed, they
I ain't
stated
gonna lie,
how
that's
the
kinda
submission did
petty.
not break any rules and how it took a month to make.
Yeah, that's petty as fuck.
Also, any ship content they made in the past has been tagged for people to easily block those tags to avoid it, and they stated how much they love the game and Bianca, as some were saying she didn't really care about them, basically tourist energy. Now, in
Okay.
response to this post, she was told how she deserves to die, among other
Wow.
hateful comments.
What the fuck?
As they made shipping content between a female
Wow.
character and someone who wasn't the main character, which I doubt I need to say just why that is so stupid. But I feel it's even worse
Of
in this
course.
case for two reasons. One is that someone's hard work was thrown away because they liked a ship, not anything even related
I'm
to
gonna
the
walk
work.
away from all that. Not yeah, exactly. I'd walk away from it too, bro. It's like a no-win situation, bro. Like you kill the guy and then you raise his kid, or you kill the guy and kill the kid. You think the mom's gonna love you? Like no, bro. Like there is no win situation here. You gotta walk
Itself.
away.
But the other reason I find it to be bad is the Punishing
Yeah,
Grey Raven community
exactly. It
is
sounds just
incredibly
fucked.
chill. Like abundantly so. You rarely
Okay.
see any drama come out of it. Straight up, if I said this same situation but with Hoyo characters, as there have been many,
Oh, that would have been
examples of something similar,
yeah,
you
that would have
wouldn't
been
be
like okay.
surprised. Deadass, if I came up to you and asked, did you hear about the recent Hoyo drama?
Oh,
Most
which
people who know
one?
about gacha games would reply, which one? Maryland,
Exactly, bro. Which fucking one, bro?
Mo's and Sundays VA, Zenla Zone Zero's official Reddit. Which one are we referring to here?
Wait, what? Gambling, prostitution, BDSM. Wait, what? Prohibited content.
Such dramas are really
I'm
commonplace for
confused, bro.
Hoyo
What's
stuff,
going
and
on
the
in
PGR
Hoyo?
community is at large one you don't see many dramas for.
What the
Yet,
hell?
here we are. This same idea of a fictional character liking another man was enough to stir the pot and cause outrage, even when it was an individual getting their work shown off in an official event, with those works being removed from any shipping-oriented stuff. Just the mere fact that they were known as a shipper for that pairing was enough to throw away their work. Now, I don't mean to say all this within the regard of painting the PGR community as the golden child, how communities should act, and then Hoyo stuff is basically just Garbodor over there. As with these videos, I like to always make the distinction that the people I bring up do not paint the entire community, nor am I saying this to try and display Kurogame as some devil company. After all, you've seen the outrage generated from these situations. Can you really blame them? Needless to say, how the creator probably would have been harassed more
That might be considered a hot take, Bri.
if their works were shown off in that official light. Though I only state this distinction between Hoyo and Kuro to say that, regardless of the community being either known as toxic or not, this same idea of being outraged at the fictional characters liking someone who isn't the protagonist persists. Across all of these various games, the same idea is what drives the controversy, barring Guardian Tales, as that's a pretty distinct outlier. So I want you to think about why that's the case. Why so many
Withering
people are mad
Waves.
about this, irrespective of whatever community they are from. And as that idea is in your head,
I
let's
kind
talk
of like
about
to
the
try it.
biggest drama involving a fictional woman being cucked from the fedora wearers, Girls Frontline 2, which is a game where you rizz up guns. I'm not even playing
Guns?
with you either. The
You
characters
riz
are
up
named after
guns?
guns. We got good
Oh,
old M4A1, A91,
okay, classic,
STG44, MP5, M99.
bro. This is a great idea. I'm just mad I didn't come up with it.
Got good old M4A1, A91, STG44,
And they use the
MP5,
gun that they're named
M99, and
after.
Makarov. Wait, is this
I
just a fucking Call of Duty ripoff? Regardless, if you ever see a post on Twitter saying fuck your guns, open up the quote retweets to see the entirety of Gross Frontline Rule 34 were posted there.
what the
But what if
hell?
the Rule 34, or within this case official story, is NTR? That is what brings us to this drama. So Girls Frontline 2 is on the eve of releasing, but 2 months before it drops, players smell something fishy about Type 95. The general premise of the plot is that Girls Frontline 1 happens,
A
at the
game
end of
I've
it,
been
Commander
looking
and
for.
Dolls go their separate ways. 10 years pass by,
Whoa, this is a turn base? Okay, I'm actually interested now.
drops, players smell something fishy about Type 95.
I like
General
this.
premise of the plot is that Girls Frontline 1 happens, at the end of it, Commander and Dolls go their separate ways. 10 years pass by, and bam, Girls Frontline 2 pulls up. Naturally, players are curious about what their waifus have been doing during those 10 years, so we get to see some stories about them. And here's how Type 95's, now named Diane, opens up. Idol Diane is preparing to sing for a big celebration, and Mr. Raymond is the person in charge of the celebration. On a certain day, Diane is humming a song softly, and the tune is slowly filling the air. Raymond's footsteps stopped involuntarily. The melody of the song seemed to have a kind of magic, which made Raymond feel excited. Taking a deep breath, suppressing the fluctuations in his heart, he cautiously walked to 95.
The way this is
Warned her in
written,
a low
bro.
voice that this place was dangerous and should not be stayed for a long time, and suggested that she leave the city as soon as possible. Now here's the first problem.
Okay.
Raymond felt excited. You see, Raymond's a man. And Girls
Okay.
Frontline 1 had no system where you can marry dolls, in about the most dilapidated church God has ever witnessed. Though you can marry your dolls, and in the 10 years where she is away from the player character who possibly married her, another man is feeling excited about her.
Uh-oh.
Based
Uh-oh.
upon this video's track record, you
Uh-oh.
may be able to witness the incoming car crash like you got
Uh-oh.
future sight. But we fast forward a little
Oh,
and
man.
turns out someone wants to bomb the place Diane and Raymond are at. However, Diane finds out that Raymond is the one carrying out that bombing. She confronts him, reminds him of the tenderness of his mother. I'm sorry,
What?
is that Sigmund Freud calling? But when his plot is revealed, Diane stops the police from taking in Raymond Thundercock over there. Then the two collaborate, stop the other terrorists, and the police arrest his ass anyway, as he sings to her. Fast forward again, she finds a letter from Raymond that expressed his love and reluctance for her. And that's the end of it. Funny part is, this backstory is about 1.5 hours of Diane talking. In it, Raymond is mentioned 66 times. Yes, people really counted that. And the commander is mentioned 0 times. So some players looked at this and went,
Cut.
damn, these hoes can't even stay loyal for 10 years. Yo, Christ, my homeboy Aaron's
10
got a
years.
feel for his ass.
I
Now, the
hope
cherry on
not.
top, or the piece that causes this Jenga tower to really crumble, is that the CN player base fucking loves Type 95. Apparently,
Okay.
it's a standard issue rifle in the Chinese armed forces. Basically, just imagine how Russians are with the AK-47. That is how they are to Type 95, from my understanding. Also, it finds a lot of use in anti-terrorism operations, which is funny because Raymond was basically plotting that out. So Team Mika sees the outrage and decides to Thanos snap Raymond out of existence and replace him with a woman, then rewrite her story for those 10 years. And honestly, even if the plot was kept the same but with a woman having romantic feelings for another woman, waifu players wouldn't really feel threatened. So
True.
they would have been safe on that front.
Girl on girl.
But some other fronts,
A-okay.
aside from the cuckener Type 95 over there, caused outrage. Like how the comments from the other dolls rub players the wrong way, with Spaz12 having said, "Freedom at last," when it came to leaving Griffin, the player character's group. Which was weird as Griffin treated the dolls much better than society at large did. And apparently, the commander says that everyone left him until he was the last one left in the group, instead of mutually deciding to go their separate ways. But the drama doesn't just stop there, as after Raymond Thundercock was evaporated, a little change in Diane's design was found, where she had a pendant on her wrist. Now you see, it has a thunder symbol. The
Okay.
now Thanos man was named Raymond. And the
Raymond.
first character in it means
Ray.
thunder.
Thunder.
So
Yeah.
in other words, Raymond Thundercock is coming back with a post-mortem cuck session in the shape of a pendant.
Okay.
But Mika responded to this saying, as for the pendant given to Diane by Groza, it will be revealed in future storylines, so please stay tuned. Now in Russian, Groza means lightning, so that's why it looks that way. And does that explanation make sense? Yeah. But does that
I
explanation
guess.
matter to those who feel like Raymond Thundercock still has
No.
influence over their waifu? God,
No.
no. So, due to the influence of Riz Master
Not at
Raymond
all.
Thundercock and the plot
Not at
feeling a
all.
bit forgotten from the prior game, Girls Frontline 2 gets dragged through the mud. It's review
Okay.
bombed, people send tons of hate messages to Mika, which you can see in this video linked below. Big C and content creators shit on it, memes are made, CEO apologizes, game launches, pulls in less first day revenue than Path to Nowhere and Reverse 1999. Which,
Oh, shout
whilst
out to
those games
Reverse
are really good, the
1999.
revenue numbers aren't exactly insane. So to have a game of this caliber pull in less is unideal. And oh yeah, someone made an
Look at all
NTR
these
Dojin with
CGs.
Diane getting together and railed by Raymond's thunderous cock shortly after
Nice.
this. In it, she got pregnant from him and showed in great detail what happened during those 10 years to the commander. And you may say, oh haha Tsunul, funny joke, but it's not in English, so there's no way it's true, Lamau. No, it is, I know, because I personally translated it. To make sure it wasn't a meme people
Why?
were perpetuating due to this drama, I went through
Why?
each page of Raymond and his Thundercock, translating
Bro.
them all. And you know
Bro,
what? If my
why?
cranium need be cursed with the knowledge of what transpired in those 16 pages, then yours does too, goddammit.
I
But
don't
that
need
is
to
the Girls
know, bro.
Frontline 2 Raymond Diane NTR drama. There's also more reasons why people were pissed off at the game, like apparently deleting it in your root directory could also cause everything else in it to be deleted.
What the
Which,
hell?
it's fixed now, but yeah, that's pretty bad. But I don't care to get into it as it's not in the scope of this video, as the scope exists to just talk and joke about people getting cucked by literal pixels. But I do need to say that, jokes aside, this topic's actually kind of sad. Not because people's waifus have another collection of files they're interested in, but more so because people are legitimately invested over all of this. They actually feel cheated on. Within my
The
videos, I've
cost
stated
of their
over and over
sanity,
that,
bro. It
end of
ain't
the
worth
day,
it.
being greatly obsessed with what transpires over fictional work is not reason to throw vitriol at another human being. Like, being mad at the person who ships Bianca and Watanabe is stupid
I
to me,
agree.
as those characters aren't real, so there's no reason to make an actual person feel like
They're
shit over
real
it.
to me.
However, I find a distinction
They're real to me.
needs to be made when saying that, as I don't want to convey the idea that fiction and what's presented in it is worthless, that it
Holy
inherently
moly.
holds no value, as I find that's just stupid to say.
You could put
I mean,
value
think
in
about it.
anything.
How many people want to become writers after reading Lord of the Rings? Shit, I recently read Damien, and aside from all the gay jokes I can make about it, that book was genuinely a masterpiece and opened up a lot of introspection for me. Even outside of literary classics, there's been some games I've played which covered topics and presented
Persona.
ideas that have helped me through very tough times, and most of y'all can probably relate. So don't say these are pixels within the regard of diminishing what a story can mean to a person, as fiction rightfully holds a lot of power within the real world. I
Of
just hate
course.
seeing actual people get harassed due to others being upset over something fictional. Like, for example,
It's real
Honkai
to me,
Impact 3
damn
had
it.
an event with a woman in it were wearing bunny suits. The
Nice.
problem was the event only took place in the global server, so some CN players viewed it as an NTR event, where the girls were dressed up as Playboy bunnies, basically prostitutes, and sent for just the global audience to enjoy. Someone got so mad at that to where they tried to assassinate the founders of Mahoda.
What? Man arrested for allegedly attempting to assassinate Genshin Impact Studio founders. Shanghai police have arrested individual who allegedly planned to assassinate the founders. The man was reportedly armed with a knife and managed to infiltrate the MiHoYo building before he was apprehended on April 24th. Fortunately, no one was harmed in the incident. What the hell?
Over a perceived cucking
What
event.
the
So when someone
hell?
takes their love of fiction
Ah,
to that
hell
extreme, then I
no.
need to make the distinction that, homie, they ain't real. Much to my dismay, I'm still trying to go my wife who's in a test tube. But even though I poke fun at all these situations, at the core, I'm not inherently mad at anyone who feels cucked in them. More so, I feel sad and I feel as though a greater conversation needs to be brought up about loneliness and how that translates to people being obsessed with
52% of the people in the United States experience loneliness. Dude, 52%? This was May 2024, so it's gone up. Because last time I checked the statistics, it was around 40%. And I only checked it like maybe like a year and a half ago. Damn, that's hey, if you guys are lonely, come to the stream. Twitch.tv/KhunShawn W play. Let's go, baby.
fictional characters. Though, when it comes to that conversation, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I'm only 21 years old. I
18 to
would not even
24.
come close to saying that I am in a position of maturity to really tackle that problem. But I can say that within my videos,
What else did I
a
say? This
position
says
of
65% of parents and guardians are experiencing loneliness compared to non-parents at 55%. Parents are experiencing loneliness? I I need to watch another video or something because I'm over here thinking like I feel kind of lonely living in this big ass house. Like I got this big ass house, ain't nobody to share it with. I feel like having a kid or having a family, it would get rid of your loneliness. If I'm mistaken, somebody let me know that has kids. Like you have kids, you have a family, you still feel lonely. How and why? Is it a personal? It must be a super personal issue,
The
right?
maturity to really tackle that
That's
problem.
wild.
But I can say that within my videos pertaining to topics such as this, I always have the same perspective of live and let live. At the end of the day, if
That's
someone
big.
is not
Live and let
harming
live is big.
themselves or another, then I don't have reason to really interject with what they're doing. So if someone has a fictional character they really love, then hey, I don't got a problem with it if it makes you happy. I might make jokes about it, and from my perspective, I feel like obsession with a fictional character can be damaging.
Of
Like
course
when
it
it's
can.
taken to the extreme of people getting married to fictional characters. I
Yes.
would say that there's some worries when it comes to that.
Like, yeah, it's cool. He's happy with Hatsune Miku over here. But at the same time, this dude might have some amazing genetics that he's not passing into the gene pool because he's married to Hatsune Miku over here.
But most
So
people
yeah, there's a win and a loss, I guess, for humanity.
don't exist within this extreme. If you have a fictional character that
Be on
makes
a
you
mental
happy when you
level,
see art about them or them
probably.
appearing in stories, then yeah, I'm glad. If there's something that makes you happy and you're not harming anyone else for it, then no one should take that away from you. So the people in this video who are mad at, let's say, the Blue Archive girls getting rizzed up by the Mahjong Master, it's stupid, but end of the
The
day, it's nothing
Mahjong
really
Master.
serious.
Mm.
However, those who threw vitriol at people over the Girls Frontline situation or the PGR one, I feel like a lot more needs to be addressed, as there's some problems to view fiction within the regard of something as unimportant as waifus, to hold that as a basis of hating real humans. Fiction rightfully holds a lot of power, and if loving a character makes you happy, then go off, enjoy yourself. Just never take it to the point of being at another's throat.
This was an amazing PSA. An amazing video as well. Tsunul. I'll be excited to check out whatever next you got dropping, brother. That was a cool video. This wasn't requested in the Discord, but if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and you can join the Discord link down below where you can drop videos. Excuse me. You can drop videos like this, and I'll check them out whenever I get the time. It's your boy KhunShawn. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.